welcome back to GG3 for episode 18. It's G, Greg, and I'm glad that you're here to watch this. Now, before, all you other people who have seen this before or previous episodes and decide to click away because it's not starting with the skit, please bear with me. I don't know. Even if no one really watches, I enjoy doing these. And I know other people might kind of feel like when they're watching.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But yeah, I don't really got much else to say. Well, no, I was this close to not making another episode. And I was thinking how when I started back, and I was like, I already felt like I needed a mental break, but this was a while ago. You know, just based on things that was happening then. But here we are now. I'm feeling pretty good. So yeah, I was able to read some comics. I'm going to share with you my top 3. So not to waste any time, we're gonna hop into the G-roll.
The cover I really wanted. Confusing Ceremony. Rolling with My Dogs. Lady Gaga Fans. Risking My Soul. Radiant Red. Reaching for the Sky. Kinda Confused. Reading Level 0. Funception. How Very Strange. This world ain't big enough for the both of us. Give evil the finger.
Alright, and now to say what my Grand 3 is. Oh, but before that, do you like my shirt? That's on Patrick, and there's a bunch of things on the back. I really like this shirt. So yeah, now let's get started. Sorry. The Grand 3 that I have is Power Rangers Universe number 2. We have Demons number 1. And sorry, the same title is kind of weird. Batman Beyond the White Knight, book 1. Now, instead of me reading a summary, I'm going to try and, I don't know, I guess give a basic summary in my own words. Maybe some spoilers in it, but I'm going to try and keep them to a minimum. So, just to go in order, we're going to start with Power Rangers Universe number 2. So, obviously this is number 2 in the series. Basically, a group, I don't know what species I think they're Morphin Masters. A group of people live on a planet called aliens. It's like they are aliens. So a group of aliens. Their planet is, I guess, evacuating based on a impending doom that's detected. So everyone's evacuating. And it's just a group of teens. I guess they're just trying to find one of their friends is missing or something like that. And they all meet up. And eventually this mysterious figure comes from a gate. I skipped a big part in number 1. But comes from the gate, a Morphonaut. And the group of teens are just trying to, I guess, save him, or trying to figure out what this person, where they came from, what's happening. Because by this time, a bunch of other aliens have landed on the planet and they're destroying the place. So they're trying to figure out where their other friend is and what's happening. And a big mystery behind another gate, a morphing gate, I think they call them, went down, and I guess covered up. They said, oh, it just stopped working, but they believe it was actually attacked. Yada yada yada. So yeah, that's essentially what this comic is about in the grand scheme. The reason I picked number 2 versus over number 1 in my grand 3. Obviously, number 1's more of an intro. And number 2 obviously delves more into the story. But what really put it over for me was, sorry, spoiler coming, is when they morphed into Power Rangers. But I was thinking when I bought this, and obviously it was about the Power Rangers, I thought it was just going to be, the original Power Rangers. But it's actually like ones from different seasons. At least seasons of the show. I don't remember how they differentiate in this. If it's just like a different universe, or if it's just different planet. They access the morphing grid somewhere else. I don't remember. So yes, I really like how they morphed into the different Rangers from different seasons, we'll say. And even when I was reading it, or even before, I was thinking, you know what? Has there been? Because usually the Red Ranger is the leader usually. And I was thinking, has there been a female Red Ranger? And I'm sure that there must have been. Must have been one. But I stopped watching Power Rangers a long time ago, so I don't know. But then, lo and behold, there's one in this. Now I don't know if she's the leader or if she's just Red, because they pretty much just morphed at the end of this number 2. But yes, I feel like that's a lot of the reason why I like this comic. Next we got, I don't know, I'm grabbing that in the air. Anyways, next we have demons. Anyways, hopefully quick synopsis of this comic. It's pretty lengthy for number 1. So I feel like whenever there's a number 1 which is longer than usual, or at least what I'm used to, that kind of gives it an advantage, because it has more time to iron out a story, not just kind of rush through things. But yes, anyways, so this story is about a girl named Lamb. I don't know if that's short for something. I checked again, but I didn't see it. And she calls him Dad, but I was playing with her dad named Cashel Cohen. Now, Lamb was a child, and Cashel, yes, that sounds weird when I'm saying it, found her, I think when she was 5, and he, I guess, took her home because her parents were killed, and he raised her as his own. Now, Cashel was, or is a pastor, and he has his own church. And I don't know, Lamb isn't, I don't think she says she's that into the religious thing, but she supports him because that's her dad, and she loves him, and she said one of the, I guess his catchphrase that he has, and she really likes it, is give evil the finger. And it's funny, especially here, imagining being at church and your pastor just always yells it out, like, give evil the finger! As she grows up, she said, Lamb says she notices her dad goes on these trips, and then he comes back, and I guess sometimes, sometimes he comes home and he has like a bloody shirt in his suitcase, and she's obviously not sure what's happening. He just says he goes on a trip, and he comes back and all this. So one day Lamb confronts him about it, and they have a little falling out. And then after that day, Lamb decides not to distance herself more from him. And then she cool, and she said she never talked to him again because she had nothing to talk to him about. So then one day, her mom, now June, calls her, and she tells Lamb that Cash has died. And Lamb's all like, what? So she goes back home for the funeral, and I'll say I don't want to get into this too much. After the funeral, she stumbles upon something, and she starts to get more answers as to, I guess, what Cash was doing before. And I don't want to spoil the story anymore. So after that, just keep going. But yeah, why I put this in my Grand 3. I really like the story. As I was saying, longer comics kind of have more of a chance to iron out the story, but I did enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to reading number 2. I liked how they laid out, or some of the panels are kind of laid out. Like, I think in the beginning, just half the page was like kind of black, and they had like some writing here, and then they had some comic panels along there. So that was a nice touch. I liked the mix of comedy and, I guess, horror. No horror yet. I don't really know if this is a horror comic or not. It looked like it could have been, which is why I picked it up. But anyways, I like the balance. Really excited for number 2. And finally,
Bruh.
Batman Beyond the White Knight, Book 1. So, as if you guys know me, or even if you know Anika, I'll attest to it also. Batman Beyond has a special place in my heart. So, I feel like normally I don't read these Black Label Batman stories. Before I did, but then I kind of stopped. Anyways, I don't normally. Then I saw Batman Beyond was going to be in one. I was like, I have to. So yeah, got this. Was excited to read, but trying not to be too excited. And yeah, I really loved it. Well, I loved it. So, quick summary of what this is about. Apparently this is also part of a series I didn't know about. I was talking to CC the other day, and he told me that I guess the White Knight universe, we'll call it. This is part of it, and I think there was 2 other books before it, but I haven't read them. And I don't think you really need to. It's nice to have background, but you don't need to. I read it and I felt okay. Anyway, so this is Gotham City, White Knight universe. Batman, or Bruce Wayne, is in jail because he turned himself in. I believe, I'm kind of piecing some of this together. He turned himself in and revealed he was Batman.
I'm Batman.
Now, reasons why this is made to my Grand 3, besides it being Batman Beyond, or part of the story, is some of the changes they did to the classic Batman story. So I'll kind of touch on the differences. So yes, Bruce Wayne's in jail. People know he's Batman.
I'm Batman.
Jason Todd is, I don't know if he's a correctional officer or he works in the jail. But a difference in this, in the White Knight universe, again, I believe so from what I read, I read it again and again just to make sure, and it still seems that way. Jason Todd was the first Robin, and he didn't die. He still got captured by Joker, but I think he was more just tortured, and he gave up information about Batman. I think he told him he was Bruce Wayne, and I don't know what else he told him. But then Joker let him go, and Jason ran away. Now Jason was gone for okay. No, I don't want to spoil that, so I'll leave that. Sorry. That's one difference. Another difference, if you know Batman Beyond from the animated series, Terry McGinnis is still in this, but Terry's biological father, at least we thought, was killed but I believe it was organized by a man named Derek Powers. In this universe, Terry, I believe he is a cop or some type of agent, and he sneaks into the Wayne Manor with this someone on the other end of the radio telling him he needs to find this suit that apparently Bruce has made, referring to the Batman Beyond suit. And anyways, he finds it, he leaves with it, but then you find out as he's leaving, the person who he's talking to, and I guess who he works for, is Mr. Powers. No, not that Powers. Derek Powers. As I was saying in the original one, the one who was connected to his biological father's death. So yes, seeing him work for him, or at least having some type of partnership with Derek Powers, is interesting, because also he's a villain. So now I'm wondering, is Batman going to be a villain? Possibly? Anyways, so yes, that happens. Bruce finds out about it, and he needs to right this wrong, because obviously he turns up in as Batman. I don't know the reasons, but he didn't intend for someone else to pick up the mantle. So now he needs to fix this. And there is an interesting surprise at the end. There's other characters in it too. Harley's in it also. Think of anyone else. Dick's in it. There's probably someone else, and I just can't remember right now besides Terry and all the people I already mentioned. Yeah, and even during this story, when Jason was talking about, I guess, the years when he ran away, it announced, I guess, another story that they're going to be releasing called, I think it's Red Hood and Brittany, something like that. And it shows like a little panel there, Red Hood in his costume, and he has Robin. So I'm excited to read that too, whenever it comes out. But yeah, story's really good. Again, really excited for book 2. I don't know when it comes out, but next week, well, this week when this comes out, Batman Beyond Neo Year 1 or Neo, a new Batman Beyond series is coming out, so I'm gonna read that, and let's hope it makes it to my next Grand 3. But anyways, that's another thing, another time. So yes, that is my Grand 3. If you've read, I don't know, any of these or all of them, let me know if you agree, or even in the comments say if there's what's some things you liked about the comics that were in my Grand 3. I don't know. I'm trying to make conversation. Do it, damn it. thank you for watching. What else is there to say? I hope to see you next time. And I don't know. Remember, life's too short to be unhappy.
NANI? Bruh.
I tried to rhyme and I failed. So I think with that, yeah, I'm really gonna say bye now. All right, see ya.